What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. This is our second video now. I'd say stick around because you guys will probably like this one. This is what we're calling, as the title says, the cursed 1985 CR250. So, deal with this bike is, guy rebuilt this bike completely, as you can tell. I mean, basically every part on this thing's new, and if it's not new, it didn't need to be replaced. So it's an 85. It's got the 86 front end, 86 wheels. It's got a full brand new DG exhaust, rebuilt Pro Link, full rebuilt motor, balanced crank, brand new carb, GPI radiators. It's got the 89 clutch cover upgrade, so it replaces the water pump as well, because the 85 bikes are magnesium and it corrodes out. So yeah, this guy rebuilt this bike. No matter what he did, he could not get it running. Took the motor apart, multiple coils, you name it, he tried it. And he was done with it, been sitting in his garage, offered me the bike for 1,500 bucks, and I couldn't pass that up, so we got it home, and you will not believe how we got it running. It was a little problem with the gap on the trigger coil, which seems pretty minuscule, but when that's the firing of the bike, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, in today's video I'll be showing you all about how the trigger coil fixed this bike. We did a compression test, new chain, new GPI radiator hoses, got a new air filter, pumped up the tires, and yeah, we're gonna run the bike through some heat cycles, break this motor in, and take you guys along for the ride. Alright, so this is what's on the agenda for the 85 CR250 today. We got a new air filter. I got this chain. It's not really like I think it's a no-name brand, but it'll do. It's just some miscellaneous stuff. I got the blue GPI hoses. It's got GPI radiators in it. I figured maybe update the hoses, and I think the blue will look good on the bike. I want to change the oil. I want to see what the oil in it looks like. I know the bike's only started like once or twice with it, but I'd like some fresh oil for heat cycles. Obviously we're going to add some new coolant. I got the engine ice. I guess this stuff's pretty good. I do believe this has a lower freezing temperature than other stuff. This is something we're not going to use, but I ordered it because I figured the bike was going to need the stator all inspected and pull the flywheel off. But this thing was like 20 bucks on Amazon. It gives you basically all the sizes you need. It gives a lot of the same size but a different thread, so that thing's definitely worth the money. 4-pack of spark plugs. And I also bought this because I had planned on compression testing the bike, so figured what better time than now to buy one. So yeah, this is also off Amazon. This will be the first time using it. I'm hoping that some of these fittings just screw in, but we will see. So yeah, get to the bike, and I'll also show you what that trigger coil problem was. Just wanna be with you. That there. Wide open throttle. See how high it got. So that's our, see, we hit 150 on the compression. So I think that's good. Alright, so in here is why this bike would not run. I'm going to show you. It had spark. It didn't look like weak spark, but apparently it was, or it was not firing at the right time. I'll show you how we got this bike running. So, if you look right here, this is called your trigger coil. Right there. And basically, if you can see, there's a little bump on this flywheel. That's called your trigger. Right there. So, I mean, this bike's had everything replaced, electrical, the whole motor. Couldn't get it to run. I found one guy on YouTube. He had an 85, or was it 85 or 86? Not that there was really anything different electrically as far as I know. And he was talking about how he had same situation as this bike. Basically, brand new everything, couldn't get it to run. And if he did, it would just sputter over. What he said is that this trigger coil gets bent. Even new from the factory, you order a new one, it might not be in the right position, so you have to set this manually. So you can see here, 15 thousandths. You want to check, make sure that it's right at 15, and you shouldn't be able to twist. So this trigger coil, it's magnetized in here. So you could stick like, I think when I opened the bike up, it was at 30 thousandths, 35 thousandths. This biggest one, you could put it in here and it would feel tight, but you got to keep in mind that that's because it's magnetized. So you want to get it to 15 thousandths if you can. And you don't want to be able to rotate it at all. What you do, just put a little screwdriver right here, bend that down. Once you get it to 15 thousandths, I'm pretty sure that's what the spec is. I have one of the service manuals for this bike, so I'll see if I can find that to be certain. But yeah, close that gap up right there, and that may be the problem as to why your bike isn't running or why it's running wrong. Because this is basically the timing on a two-stroke. That gives you a crank position. So when this goes by it, boom, tells it to fire off. And yeah, that is how I fixed this bike. Alright, so I was pretty unhappy that I left the plug in the silencer when I did that compression test, so I'm just going to redo one. Doesn't take very long, so make me feel a little better. So, right at 150 again. So it appears that leaving that plug in did not make a difference, but I certainly feel better knowing that it was the same. Alright, so I know heat cycles are pretty controversial. I feel better about just running the bike through at least a few warm-ups and let it cool down, so I'm going to do that probably 2 or 3 times, just light revs, revving it a little higher each time I do it, and then I'll be able to take it for a ride. Like I said, not everybody does that. Some people say it's stupid, but I think for me it makes sense. Bike's cool, let's do it again. We'll do one more of those warm-ups with some light revs, let it cool down fully again, and then I'm calling that good. Just I won't be too hard on it the first time I ride it. See, we're running her a little rich for the warm-ups, and she's spitting a little bit out of that joint from the pipe to the silencer, but that's good. I'd rather it be rich right now than lean. YouTube, it's going to be a wrap for this one. The cursed 1985 CR250 runs, and it runs good. I'm excited to go take it for a ride and yeah, see how she holds up. Gonna go easy on her for a couple and then maybe try to do some wheelies, I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully if you were having problems, same thing, you rebuilt the whole bike, and maybe the trigger coil could be your issue too. By no means am I a certified technician or any of that, just a guy who generally finds his fixes on YouTube, so I'm trying to share that with others as well. So I'm going to be posting some more videos. I have a 1986 Honda 4-track 70. It's got a 140 motor. It's a cool quad. I'm going to try to get some billet axles for it. I got some golf cart content. We're going to be putting a winch on the golf cart. That'll be a good video. I have to finish up the brakes on my 110 video, so got to rebuild the master cylinders, make a custom bracket for the rear master cylinder. So yeah, if you want, check the channel out, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of the videos I'll be posting.